Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to talk about a great movie, Tomorrowland, which was released in 2015. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. The movie starts in the year 1964, where a child named Frank Walker is shown. Although Frank was young in age, he was a very smart and genius child. Frank has built by himself a flying jetpack, which he brings to the New York World's Fair competition, and the judge there asks Frank what it is and how it works. And then Frank tells them, it's a flying jetpack. And the judge asks, if it flies, and Frank says yes, kind of. There is also a girl there, whose name was Athena. Athena is impressed by the jetpack that he has made. But when Frank's jetpack is tested, his jetpack does not fly, so his invention was rejected. Frank is disappointed to see this and walks out. After some time, Athena comes and gives Frank a lapel pin with T written on it. She asks Frank to follow her. Frank asks, who are you? On that, girl says, I am Future. And after saying this, she sits in a boat and goes to a tunnel. Frank also follows her in a boat, and after a while we see a laser light that scans the lapel pin given to him by Athena. After which Frank's boat starts going down on its own. Frank had no idea what was going on, and his boat stopped in front of a room. Frank was a curious kid, so he continues ahead and goes inside the room. But it was not a room but a lift that starts taking him downstairs quickly. And the lift stops after reaching the bottom. Frank comes out, and there is a big robot that makes his jetpack flyable. Then two people come there, and seeing them, he gets nervous and falls down. And when he was falling down, he sees his jetpack, and he grabs it, and thanks to that, he reaches down comfortably. Athena was waiting for him with the judge. Frank asks Athena, what kind of place is this? We are shown that many years have passed, and Frank is old now living in Tomorrowland. Now, it's 2015, we are shown a girl on the earth, whose name is Casey. Casey's family consists of his father and a brother. Casey didn't have a mom. Casey's dad worked for NASA, and his job was to check the circuits of spaceships going into space. Casey deliberately short-circuited the spaceship launched by NASA, so that spaceship could not work, because she knew that once the ship managed to go to space, her father's job would be lost, and Casey did not want that. But once, when she was failing the system, the security guard come there, and she is arrested and imprisoned. And the next day, all her confiscated goods are returned to her. In that, there is also has a lapel pin, exactly the same one that Frank got in 1964. As soon as Casey touches that lapel pin, she reaches Tomorrowland. She couldn't believe her eyes. The place is very modern, and she starts exploring that place. She could see everything but no one could see her. Then the countdown starts on Casey's lapel pin, because the battery was low, and it was going to turn off in a while. And when the level pin is discharged, then she again reaches to the earth. Everything that happened to Casey, she couldn't believe that. How did she get there all of a sudden? Now Casey comes home, and tells all this to his brother. Then both of them start researching about that lapel pin. They found exact same level pin on Google, and the shop's address is also written below it. Now Casey goes to that shop the next day, and asks about it. But the shopkeeper was surprised to see that pin. Now he starts asking him, where did you get this level pin? But Casey had found that pin in her luggage, and had no idea that who kept it there. When Casey did not answer, both the shopkeepers started shooting at Casey with guns, and Casey was hiding to save herself. Suddenly, Athena comes there and start fighting both of the shopkeepers. Now we get to know that they both weren't humans. Now Athena with Casey comes out of the shop. Suddenly the live robot blasts himself, because of which, the whole shop burned, but Casey and Athena saves themselves. Athena then steals a car and takes Casey with her. Athena is the one we was shown in 1964. Athena is still same as she was in 1964, because she is not a human. Athena tells Casey that she is a robot and she put the pin you got there. And that was my last pin. Athena tells that my job was to take such geniuses from Earth, who want to do something big, want to invent something new, take them to Tomorrowland, so that they can invent something new. And you two have been selected for Tomorrowland. Athena drops Casey at Frank's house and leaves. Now Casey looks at the Frank's house, she sees that pin at the house door, by touching which, she reaches to Tomorrowland. Frank sees her and asks her to leave. But Casey always wanted to go to Tomorrowland, so she does not give up, and sits in front of the door of Frank's house. Casey sits through the night at the door, then after looking at his security camera, Frank learns that a burning bulldozer is heading towards his house, and a modern machine is going to kill him. When the boulder freezes, Casey enters the house and closes the door. Frank tells her to open the door, but Casey says that, I will not open the door until you take me to Tomorrowland. And Casey sees a lot of modern machines inside the house that Frank made. After that, Casey wants to go to another room, where there were many screens, on which the devastation on Earth was being shown. There was also a countdown going on, which was of 60 days. All this meant that the earth would be destroyed in the 60 days. There will be destruction all around. Frank walks in and tells her to leave. Casey asks him, "What is all this being shown on the screen, and why were you kicked out of Tomorrowland?" Frank tells that, "I was kicked out of Tomorrowland because of my invention, and the devastation you have seen on screen is going to happen in the next 60 days. But Casey did not believe his words. Frank is shocked to see that the on-screen devastation begins to blur when Casey doesn't believe it. He looks out of his window and sees that some robots are about to attack his house, so he hides in the bathtub of his house with Casey. Then a robot comes to attack that bathtub. But by then, it is too late, and that bathtub is launched like a missile in the air and Frank's house explodes. And the bathtub lands to a nearby lake. All this was planned by Frank to get out in the emergency. And after some time, Athena comes there, but Frank is not happy to see her at all, because in childhood, Athena hid her identity of robot from Frank. Due to this, Frank was angry with her. But Frank had to go with her even though he did not want to. And on the way, they scoffs at how she gave that pin to Casey, when all the pins were destroyed in Tomorrowland. And Athena tells that she ran away with 12 pins, and the one she gave to Casey was the last. This was the reason why the robots of Tomorrowland are attacking Casey and Athena. After that, the three of them go to a secret place. There is a teleportation machine. Frank asks her why you chose Casey, then Athena tells that it is only Casey who has not given up till now. Almost all the people of the earth had agreed that the earth would be destroyed, but Casey still believed that this could not happen, and that's why she was chosen. Now they reach the top floor of the Eiffel Tower in that teleportation machine, and go to a secret room, where the three great people dummies are there, Thomas Edison, Nicholas Tesla, and Gustav Eiffel, who built the Eiffel Tower. Frank tells Casey that all of them together formed a society for scientists like us, so we could work without any restriction, and that place was named Tomorrowland, which was made in a different dimension. This Eiffel Tower was not just made for viewing, but it is a big antenna, and with the help of which, we were able to go to Tomorrowland. Frank now turns it on, and a spaceship emerges from under the Eiffel Tower and all three of them board it, and take them to Tomorrowland. After reaching there, the governor of Tomorrowland, whose name was David, comes to meet him, and he tells them to go to Earth. But Frank tells him that I too have made a future-seeing machine like you, and when I told Casey about the destruction of the Earth, she did not believe it, and due to which the intensity of catastrophe of Earth was reduced. But David does not believe his words. To which Frank says I can show you the proof. In the next scene, they all go to a machine that Frank had made, so that they could see the future in that machine. The moment that machine activated and he sees the future, where destruction was spreading, but Casey cannot believe. Everything becomes normal for some time. David also sees this change. But he did not want to believe all these things, so he puts both of them in jail. Casey understood that the machine that Frank had made has a lot of energy, and he uses the same energy signal by sending it to the Earth. Signals of the destruction of the Earth were coming from that machine, which was being sent to Earth. This is why the people of the Earth had now been convinced that the Earth would be destroyed soon, and all of them agreed that they cannot do anything. Now Casey tells Frank that if we stop this machine, then this negative signal, which is going to the Earth, will end, and because of which people will start thinking positive and try to save the Earth. They tell all this to David, but David ignores his words. He says that human himself wants to die. Earth's atmosphere is changing rapidly, due to which glaciers are melting, and we tried to convey this thing through signal. But instead of stopping it, those stupid people are considering it as their future, and none of them even trying to stop this Holocaust. Therefore the end of human is certain. Casey tries hard to convince David that it is all because of the signals. Now David is sending them to Earth and shake hand with Frank to say goodbye, but Frank presses the buttons on David's hand, which opens the portal to Earth. There is a fight started between them, and now both of them fall into that portal, and falls in Earth at a secluded place. On the other hand, in Tomorrowland, Casey and Athena are attacked by robots, and Athena gives Casey a bomb to blow up the machine, because that machine cannot be turned off. Casey activates that bomb, but then, Casey falls down on the floor, and due to falling down, she did not have much time to get that bomb blasted near the machine. So Casey throws the bomb into the Earth, and when David and Frank see the bomb, they run into the portal and throw in Tomorrowland, and that bomb explodes. Due to that blast, the iron wall of Tomorrowland falls on David, due to which David is stuck at a place. Then Athena sees in the future in the machine that David is about to shoot Frank with a gun, and Athena stands in front of him just as he is about to shoot, and due to which Frank is saved, but Athena's system is shorted, and due to this her body starts deactivating. Casey immediately goes to David, and throws his gun away from him. In this scene, Athena tells him that she brought him to Tomorrowland when he was young, and they gradually become friends. Athena felt something different for him, which was not in her program. She couldn't tell him that she was a robot because she didn't want to make him sad. But, when he found out about Athena's truth, Frank became angry with her. Frank liked Athena and loved her, and that's why Frank was heartbroken when he found out that Athena was a robot. Athena tells him to take her near to that machine. Frank leads her to the machine with the help of his own jetpack. Athena says him goodbye, and tells both of them to go far away from there, so that she can blast that machine with her. Along with that blast, the entire building also falls down, and the building falls where David was stuck. David is killed as soon as the building falls. In the next scene, Frank and Casey have become the heads of Tomorrowland. He also sends these pins to the Earth, and brings such people, who prove to be helpful in saving the Earth. Now we are shown that 60 days have passed, and the Earth is still intact. And with this, the movie ends. I hope that you enjoy this video. If you want to make sure you never miss a new upload, be sure to subscribe to the channel Mr. Explainer, turn on notifications and click the bell icon. You'll get a notification whenever I upload a new video like this.